to be working on our inference skills. Our guided reading for the next couple of weeks is going to link directly to our English. I don't want to tell you exactly what is going on with that because Miss Kay will explain that later on today in her English video, and I don't want to give too much away. So we're going to go straight into our learning objective, which is to be able to infer meaning from a given text. To be successful, you should be able to define the word inference. You should be able to infer meaning from pictures, and you should be able to infer meaning from different parts of a text. Usually at this point in time, I say those that are comfortable to go away and look at it yourself, but I want everyone to hang around for a little bit longer, and I'll let you know when is a good time for you to go and try it on your own if that's what you want to do. So, first up, we have the front cover of the book that we're going to be reading. I've blanked out the title so you can't see it, and I have a couple of questions for you. So, looking at this front cover, what do you think this book could be about? So that's my first question to you. And my second question to you is, does it remind you of any book or story that you know? So I want you to pause the video here, looking at this front cover. What do you think this story is about? And what do you think, or do you have any story or book that you know that it reminds you of? So pause here and join us in a couple of minutes' time. Hopefully you managed to have a little think about what this could be. And this is in fact a story of Hansel and Gretel. If you know the story of Hansel and Gretel, absolutely brilliant. This is maybe a different version that you've not read before. It's by Anthony Brown, who did our Gorilla book that we read earlier on in the year. If you have not read Hansel and Gretel or don't know the story, that is absolutely fine as well. So at this point in time, if you feel very comfortable, you can leave the video and give it a go all on your own. The attachment's at the bottom of the timetable page. If you feel like you want to go and have a go at it, read it, and then come back and listen to the rest of this, you can do that. Or you can read along at the same time as me reading you the story. So, Hansel and Gretel. At the edge of a large forest lived a poor woodcutter with his 2 children and their stepmother. The boy's name was Hansel, and the girl's name was Gretel. The family was always very poor, and when a terrible famine came to the land, they could find nothing to eat. The woodcutter lay fretting in bed at night, tossing and turning. He sighed and said to his wife, "What's going to happen to us? How can we feed our children when we haven't enough for ourselves?" "I'll tell you what," said the wife. "Early tomorrow morning, we'll take the children out into the thickest part of the forest. We'll make them a fire and give them each a little piece of bread. Then we'll go to our work and leave them alone. They will never find their way home, and we'll be rid of them." "No, I won't do it," he said. "How could I bring myself to leave my children alone in the forest? The wild animals would soon come and eat them." "You fool," said his wife. "Then we must all 4 die of hunger. You may as well cut the planks for our coffin." She gave him no peace until he consented. "But I'm grieved for the poor children," he said. Hunger had kept the children awake too, and they heard what their stepmother said to their father. Gretel cried bitterly and said to Hansel, "It's all over for us now." "Quiet, Gretel," whispered Hansel. "Don't be upset. I'll find a way to save us." So that's what we are reading today, just those pages, and we have some questions to answer. A terrible famine came to the land. So this question relates to this bit here. A terrible famine came to the land. And the question is, what do you think the word famine means? So reading that page, what does the word famine mean? Question number 2. Look at the picture of the family sitting at the table. What do you think the father could be thinking right now? So have a look at this picture up here. What is the father thinking? So you could maybe draw him into a thought bubble. What is he thinking? Number 3, what sort of person do you think the mother or the stepmother is? And why do you think this? So look at the part where she's talking, how is she behaving, what she's saying. What sort of person do you think she is, and what evidence do you have? So why do you think that? And then number 4, look at the picture on the final page. What evidence is there to support the family do not have a lot of money? So we're looking at this final bit here. What in this picture can you see that shows that maybe the family don't have a lot of money? There are a couple of answers for this one. See if you can come up with a few. So there are questions. As always, the answers are on the next page. So I hope you enjoy reading and answering these inference questions on text, and I will see all you guys later.